I come in, sir?
Please.
Good afternoon, sirs. Good afternoon, sir.
Take seat.
Thank you, sir.
A brief introduction about your own self.
Sir, my code is BTG.
PTG.
Yes, sir.
Proceed.
Sir, yes, sir. Sir, I have done my graduation in business administration from Nirma University. Post my graduation, I have been preparing.
Which year you are done?
Sir, I have completed it in 2018.
2018?
Yes, sir. Sir, after that, I have been preparing for civil services. This is my second GPSC class 1 to attempt and my first interview, sir.
Civil services, you mean UPSC or only GPSC?
Sir, both of them, sir.
Both?
Yes, sir. Sir, I appeared for a few attempts in UPSC civil service, but I could not clear the prelim states.
Did you clear any prelims or?
No, sir. I missed by a few marks. Since then, I've been...
Which was your optional?
So my optional was sociology. Yes, sir.
Why civil services is called civil services? First question.
So civil services is called civil services because this is primarily a service involving the welfare of the civic population, majorly the civic population, the citizenry. So I think so this is the basic reason why
in
it
a way,
is called.
civil is opposite to military. Why not military services?
So because military services is basically providing defense and security to the nation state, and so it involves arms as well, armed personnel as well, whereas civil services does not necessarily involve that.
In fact, earlier, before civil services came into vogue, the same services were rendered by the military.
Yes, sir.
That is how it is different from
Okay, sir.
military.
Thank you,
It is
sir.
civil services.
Okay, sir.
Right. What do you think are the qualities required for a civil servant which you possess?
Sir, I think I am a sensitive person and an
Number one,
empathetic
sensitive,
person.
okay,
Yes, sir. Sir, I am an empathetic person. And sir, my quality is a strength is that I can make friends very easily. So I think that as a civil servant can help me.
Second,
Sir, second quality is that, sir, I am a punctual person. So I value time of myself and others.
punctual. Third,
Yes, sir. Sir, I think I am a dedicated person.
dedicated.
Yes, sir,
Okay.
because I have been preparing for this exam since many years and I have seen setbacks, but I have not given up, sir. So I think I am a dedicated person. Yes, sir. So these are some of the qualities which I can recall.
And any limiting factor condition?
In the discharge of my duties as a civil servant. Any weakness?
About your personality, you know. You said these are the strength of my personality, which will help me in civil services.
Sir, personally, I feel that I tend to ignore my health when it comes to work or studies. So this is one quality which can limit me in the discharge of my duties. I tend to pay more attention to the work or the studies, which is why I tend to ignore my health and sometimes ignore my fitness as well. So this is one quality I need to work on.
What are your, what is your order of preference?
So my first preference is Deputy Collector, GAS cadre. Second is Assistant Commissioner of State Tax.
Tell me the job of Deputy Collector.
Yes, sir. So, sir, Deputy Collector can be posted as a Prantadhikari or he or she can be posted as a District Supply Officer. And in case of disaster management, he or she is responsible for the matters of the same.
Role, if you are posted as District Supply Officer,
Yes, sir.
what would be your job profile?
Sir, mainly the District Supply Officer is responsible for the PDS system, that is Public Distribution System. So the implementation of the National Food Security Act.
What all commodities fall under PDS?
Sir, wheat, rice, pulses, majorly these three are, and some cereals. But I cannot. Sir, yes, sir.
What are rice and wheat?
Rice and wheat, sir, but cereals I recall that I had read some cereals as well, so I think they are different from rice and wheat.
Wheat and rice are not cereals, you mean to say?
No, sir, I do not believe wheat and rice are cereals.
Is it?
Sir, I will have to check, sir, again.
Please do. What about Prevention of Black Marketing Act? Qua a District Supply Officer?
Yes, sir. The district supply officer is responsible for the implementation of that, sir, so that there is no illegal stock holding or, sir, there is no encroachment upon this commodities.
Encroachment of?
Sir, black marketing involves stock holding also.
If I ask you, what is black marketing?
So black marketing is selling and buying of goods, which is or commodities illegally, or using of such money which is not registered or
What
which
are,
is
what are
used
the
for
provisions
tax.
of Prevention of Black Marketing Act?
Sir, sorry, sir, I can't recall the exact provision.
You can don't tell me the exact provision. Tell me whatever you understand by Black Marketing, Prevention of Black Marketing Act. I mean, how? What does this act intends to prevent?
Sir, it intends to prevent the illegal marketing of goods and services. Majorly, that is the whole point of Black Marketing Act. But, sir, I will have to check again.
Okay. What are essential commodities?
Sir, essential commodities are those commodities which are essential for the day-to-day activities of the citizens. Which are, for example, sir, during COVID, essential commodities were the masks. So these are notified by the central and the state government from time to time, sir.
These are notified. What are the regular?
So the food grains are.
Which is that act? Which is that act which has this?
Sir, it is Essential Commodities Act.
Essential Commodities Act.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What are the functions of deputy collector? You said.
Yes, sir. So if a person is
supposing some project is coming up in your area.
Yes, sir.
What about land acquisition?
Yes, sir. That is also a function of the deputy collector, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. So I will have to convince the population if I have to.
Population is convinced.
Yes, sir.
Next.
So then after land acquisition, the next function of after land acquisition. Sir, after land acquisition, sir, I don't know the real function of after land acquisition.
No, land acquisition I'm talking of. The actual process of land acquisition. How do you acquire land?
Sorry, sir, I have no idea.
No issue. No issue. During flood and natural disaster, what are your roles as deputy collector?
So the first and foremost role is relief and rehabilitation of the population affected. Okay. Secondly would be to provide them any medical services if the affected population requires, setting up camps for them. So third would be to disseminate messages and services through the use of, for example, social media of any activity which the state government or the district administration can provide them. For example, sir, any medicines that they can provide them or any food commodities that can be provided to them. So basically the function is relief and rehabilitation, sir.
Okay. In the event of natural disasters.
Yes, sir.
What is first thing first?
In the event of natural disasters, so first thing is relief, rehabilitation, sir. The affected population has to be shifted into some camps if there is some problem. So the first thing, sir, I believe is relief and rehabilitation.
This is a typical copybook reply, right? I'm telling from my personal experience. What is required to be done is, first of all, number one, who are all going to be associated with this operation. Different department. Who are those persons? Number one, and number two, their contact numbers.
Yes, sir.
Right. You call a fire officer. You call a fire officer. You have the number with you, but then you don't know that number has got changed.
Yes, sir.
So you keep calling, the person is not replying, or it is off, or not in service. So first thing first is identify persons and have their contact numbers.
Contact number is there.
Then all it is all the rule book of disaster management.
Right. Yes, sir.
Okay. What is the executive power of subdivisional magistrate?
So the magisterial powers I'm aware of. The executive power is generally implementation of the government schemes and policies on the ground. So the magisterial,
executive magistrate.
So executive magistrate. So under that power, he or she has the authority to provide licenses and renew licenses or cancellation of certain licenses. Sir, I am aware of that only, sir.
Okay, no issue. Can you tell me something about vector-borne diseases which are posing great threat to the...
So some of the vector-borne diseases are dengue, chikungunya, and malaria. So these are the vector-borne diseases which can be propagated because of vectors.
I mean, what is the word vector in this? What is the role of vector?
So the vector is the insect that is spreading the disease. So the insect carries certain infections with itself that can cause the diseases, sir.
Suppose in dengue, the vector is Aedes aegypti.
And yes, sir.
Right. That is the vector.
Yes, sir.
But what is the pathogen?
So the pathogen is the mosquito, that is Anopheles mosquito. Yes, sir.
Anopheles. That is again a different domain.
Sir.
Anyway, no issue. Can you tell me some of the poverty alleviation program schemes of the state or central government?
So the first elevation program is Manrega, which is implemented for the rural areas and skilled workers. So second is, sir, I can recall Manrega right now, but poverty elevation, sir, I will have to check again.
Sir.
This question is regarding GST. How is a GST different in our country from other countries as you compared with other countries? What is the model adopted by India?
From other countries. So the model that is adopted by India is that GST is a destination-based tax and it is an indirect tax.
It is not there in other countries, destination principle?
Sir, I'm not aware of the other countries' tax.
So what is our model? Let us talk about Indian model.
So the Indian model is that, sir, it is an indirect tax and it is a destination-based tax, and it is mostly to...
It is not a dual model. That is what I expected you to reply. Dual.
Yes, sir, it is a dual model. Yes, sir, definitely, sir, it is a dual model. The central and the state government tax SGST, CGST and the IGST, sir.
Who retains the amount of IGST?
So the central government retains the amount of IGST and then it is distributed among the states is what I can recall.
IGST is a tax or something else? Some other word is used for that?
Sir, it is a tax.
It is just a mechanism or kind of a clearing house to pass input tax credit from one state to
One state to other, yes,
so
sir.
in effect, it is not a tax.
So, but in the colloquial terms, it is
okay.
used as a tax.
So, can you tell me what is the rate of tax on exports?
On exports, no, sir, I cannot recall.
You are BBA?
Yes, sir.
So, it is not a part of your curriculum? Taxation, direct taxes, indirect taxes?
It was part of our curriculum, sir, but I cannot recall the exact rate of taxes.
Tax on import means it is zero rated. The answer was simple.
Okay, sir, zero
That's
rated.
why there was no other number.
Yes, sir.
Tax on imports? Again, no idea? Will custom duty be applicable on imports?
Yes, sir, custom duty is applicable on imports.
And no GST?
Sir, I will have to check about GST, sir.
What do you know about simultaneous elections?
Yes, sir, one nation, one election. So that is in the news recently. And sir, if you're asking me my opinion on...
Yeah, what does it mean actually?
So it means that the Legislative Assembly elections and the Lok Sabha Assembly elections will be conducted together. So basically the idea is to have one nation, one election so that the expenditure is lowered in the long term and the government can focus more on developmental activities.
If it is the only case of expenditure, so we can go for online elections. Can we go?
No, sir, we cannot go for online elections because still digital penetration.
If we think today, after 10 years, maybe it may materialize, online elections.
Sir, online elections can materialize, but the whole concept of one nation, one election has its own challenges as well. So, sir, first those challenges need to be ironed out and then we can think about online elections, sir.
Okay, what do you know about warrant or search and seizure?
Warrant and search and seizure. Sir, warrants are basically issued so that a police officer can arrest, and search and seizure is for searching the property or for the investigation purposes, sir.
Only property.
So
I cannot search drawers, I cannot search pockets,
no, sir, that is,
I
I
cannot
meant
look
the
into the
part of,
laptop.
no, sir, that means it was part of the property, the whole part of property I meant, sir.
Do you know anything about POXO Act?
Yes, sir, it is to prevent sexual harassment against children, sir.
Yeah. And Vishakha guidelines?
Yes, sir, they were implemented to prevent sexual harassment for women at the workplace, sir. So the POSH Act came because of the Vishakha guidelines.
Then some incident happened in Delhi.
Yes, and Nirbhaya case, sir.
So, can you tell me how mobile technology has helped women in particular?
So mobile technology. So, sir,
Before mobile and after introduction or evolution or use of mobile.
so first is the toll-free number that the government has given, that is 112 is a toll-free number which women
Socially,
can
we are
use.
talking of social.
Socially,
or economic
how?
reason. Not
Okay, sir.
from
Not
safety,
safety
point of
purpose. Okay. Sir, phones and mobile technology has led to women empowerment, I believe. Sir, firstly, because through phones, women can conduct businesses and they can be made part of certain self-help groups also, sir. They have been using mobile technology. They can be stationed in rural economies as well, rural areas as well, and they can work from remote places. So I
social
believe
reason.
so that was an economic reason. Social reason,
It's okay if you cannot recollect.
no,
right
sir,
now.
I can
Fine.
recollect. I can.
Sir, your question.
Yes, sir.
So your optional was sociology, na?
Yes, sir.
Right. Can you explain welfare state?
Sir, welfare state is a state which believes in equal distribution of resources and which believes in inclusivity and equity among the citizens.
What was the definition of Gandhiji?
Gandhian welfare state was basically, sir, Gandhiji promoted the village economy and he thought of a welfare state which emanates from the villages. So he wanted to empower the panchayats and he believed in decentralization of power.
Okay. Which type of sociological principles were included in the constitution?
So one of the principles that was included in the constitution is equal pay for equal work. That is Article 39 of the constitution, which was incorporated in the DPSP, sir, Directive Principles of State Policy.
Okay.
And sir, Gandhiji also, sir, there was a Gandhian social DPSP as well, which is a prohibition of cow slaughter and prohibition of liquor, alcohol. So I think this also.
Can you remember some articles?
Some articles regarding socialist principles.
This one, cow slaughter or...
Sir, cow slaughter was Article 48 is what I can recall. Yes, sir.
to protect the cow and its progeny.
Yes,
Right?
sir.
It was actually the term is like that. Okay. Now your basic subject was that. Then can you say governance apart from the government?
Sorry, sir, can you repeat the question?
Governance apart from the government.
Governance apart from the government.
Yeah.
Sir, if I understand it correctly, does it mean a minimum governance, maximum governance, minimum government?
That is okay. But any other governance apart from government? Government has the key role for governance, but any other institution which are doing the governance?
Sir, I think policy think tanks, which are independent policy think tanks, which provide policy inputs to the government, so they are part of the governance structure because they recommend policies to the government. Some of the policy think tanks which independently work from the government.
Have you heard about civil society?
Yes, sir, civil society organizations like NGOs.
So,
Yes, sir, they are providing governance, but sir, I believe they are constrained in their powers to provide real governance. Real governance can come from the government because of the authority and the decision making powers that they have.
yeah, but society itself having a governance, no?
Yes, sir.
Anyway, socialism versus economic socialism.
Okay, sir.
Can you define economic socialism?
So socialism I can define. I am not aware of economic socialism.
Okay.
Yes, sir. But it comes close to the Marxian idea of socialism, economic socialism, sir. So I can try and attempt that question, sir.
Then you have to compare with the communism.
Yes, sir. So actually, socialism was a precursor to communism. So communism was a later stage that evolved after socialism.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So socialism is basically welfare state, settling or creating a welfare state. So that was socialism. But communism went further to say that there should not be any state and that every resources should be equally distributed. It was more of a stateless society. So it was, yes, sir.
Yeah, that's fine. Can you narrate any welfare plan of the government?
So welfare plan in regards to any welfare.
Social welfare, yeah.
Social welfare. Sir,
You can say health sector, suppose.
sir,
Employment
first,
sector, whatsoever.
yes, sir. Sir, I can recall Ayushman Bharat scheme, which is a welfare plan which allows families to reduce their out-of-pocket expenditure and gives them an insurance of about 5 lakh rupees, sir. So, and
Now
apart
it's
from
5
that,
lakh?
now for the Gujarat state government, it has increased to 10 lakhs, sir. Yes, sir. So it has been clubbed with the Ma Yojana. Yes, sir.
Right.
As you said that you are preparing for UPSC also, with sociology as one of your subjects. Yes, sir. Right. So, how would you compare socialism with communism?
So, just like I stated, socialism is an idealistic state where there will be an equitable distribution of goods and services. But communism goes a step further in stating that the equitable distribution of goods and services should not involve factory system and should not involve state also. So, communism is a later stage in when it comes to socialism, sir. So, it comes next.
What is dialectical materialism?
Dialectical materialism. Sir, I will have to check, sir. I am not aware of this.
Theory
term.
of history.
Yes, sir. I am aware of historical materialism.
Okay, tell me historical materialism.
So, according to this is a Marxian theory, sir. And according to this theory, history is progressing. And first of all, when it has started with peasants and nobles having a economical system, and then it comes to factory system where the factory workers are exploited by the capitalist according to the Marxian system. And so then it progresses where there is a class conflict, that where workers start getting alienated from their work because they feel they are exploited, and then they protest, and that happens, the capitalist structure is destroyed, and then it's established communism. So that is the basic idea of historical materialism, sir.
Thesis, antithesis and synthesis. Can you throw?
Sir, I am aware of these terms, but since, sir, I have not been studying sociology for a long time, I will have to recheck, sir.
This is how Karl Marx
Yes, came up with the theory of.
says that this is
Yes,
how
sir.
the society grows,
Progresses.
as you rightly said, from master and slaves
Master and slaves.
to the
Class conflict, sir.
capitalist society, capitalism. So the society has evolved from master and slave relationship society to the capitalist, the one who are the owners of the
Property, sir.
property,
The bourgeois and the proletariat.
bourgeois and proletariat.
Yes, sir.
You have nothing to lose but chains and a world to gain.
Yes, sir.
Proletariats of the world unite. Who said this?
Sir, I cannot recall the exact man
My
who
goodness.
said that. Sir, Karl Marx might have said it.
Karl Marx.
But sir, I could not quote him because
Okay.
I do not remember the entire quote, sir.
Material around is congealed labor. Who said this?
So Marx might have said it, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so this completes your interview. Your physical gestures, your gestures and your pose, your body expression is appropriate. You need to prepare on the schemes of the state and
Yes,
central
sir.
government.
Yes, sir.
Right. bit updation of knowledge and sociology. See, it all depends on the way you give your introduction to the board. Try to take the board in the area of
Your hobbies.
your what about your hobbies?
So actually, sir, I do not have hobbies as such because I do not practice them daily. So I am interested in playing badminton and practicing meditation, sir.
Fine.
So this was a question that I wanted to ask, that can I state this in the interview itself, that it is not actually a hobby, but it's more of like a thing that I would do in my free time. So can I state it?
हाँ ये बिल्कुल बिल्कुल बिल्कुल.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Sure.
So you can freely mention that what are your areas of interest, no issue. So then they will ask only primary questions. But if you mention it as a hobby, then they may ask detailed questions.
Yes, sir.
And I would request you to read about taxation, indirect tax, direct taxes, because you have given second option. There is no option on police post. And naturally you will be expected to read current events. Since you have given first option of a deputy collector, so then land related laws, sociology you need to revise.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much. All the best.
Yeah. You need to revisit your optional subject.
Okay, sir.
Be precise and at least to the point. Preparation is required. Huh?
Okay, sir.
Because you narrate a lot, but concrete points are missing
Okay, sir.
sometimes. Okay. So brush up your GS even.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir.